Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the newest episode of Talk O'Clock. I'm very sorry that I didn't shoot an episode yesterday, but gosh, was I exhausted. I think all of the, not enough sleep and running around all day and, being energized all day and kind of like tensed, but in a good way, all of that of the spiel just caught up with me. So yesterday I was so exhausted. Once I was home, it was almost as if I was a zombie, like running around 2 cups of coffee, going to bed. So I didn't shoot a vlog yesterday. I wouldn't have been coherent enough or able to form coherent sentences, let's put it this way. So I decided to not bother you with my insane talk, but give you the more intelligent talk. So yesterday I visited my parents and had a lovely Sunday with them. Just around noon I went over and we had a lovely chat and just enjoyed coffee in the sun and just catching up with what happened at Spiel, whom we met and what games we bought and which games we are very likely to play with them and stuff like this. And after that I went with my mom to I'd say it's an arts and crafts show, but it was very tiny. It's not big, it's not commercial, it's just really it's very focused on the crafting and the artwork that people do. And I went to that show for two different reasons. One of them being, is that a show that I might want to try to attend as an exhibitor next year? Would that be worth it? Because it's quite local, and what kind of audience is there? Would I fit in there? Stuff like that, like the real business side of things. But also I was there on the level of just being a customer, being, or I'd say a potential customer, being curious about what other people produce, what materials they use, if they, what kind of different beautiful things they were able to craft out of certain things, and just enjoying myself, having some one-on-one time with my mom, stuff like that. So two very different points of view, I'd say, one being the business, one being private, and I enjoyed both, I'd say, equally. I got a very cute felt turquoise. It almost looks like a skirt, but you put it over jeans or something where it just covers kind of the rolls that some girls have in certain spots and just make it a bit more pleasant to the eye, or just a bit smoother. And I got one of those. My mom gifted me with one of those and I loved it a lot. It was very nice. Nicely done, handcrafted, it's unique, and turquoise is one of the main colors that I wear as accessoires a lot, like scarves and necklaces and stuff like that. So I thought that color would fit in there with those, cover almost like a skirt, mini skirt thing. It's a weird mixture. So I really, really like that. And I also liked looking at other people's ideas, what they come up with. There wasn't that many things that were like really brand new to me, but that I had seen somewhere in the art community and the crafting community. But then again, they were all excellently done, like really, really well put together. It being with flowers like wreaths or something, or other things that you can hang up in a window, or some things very beautifully done. There were a couple of jewelers that made, for example, there was one that made rings out of buttons, and you could wear them if you have larger hands than me, because they are quite big. But very, very well done, very beautiful. Not too poppy, but very, well, elegant in a certain kind of way. The colors, how they put them together on the certain layers, they used maybe like 3 to 5 different button layers per ring, and the colors, how they mixed them with the textures and the sizes. It was just perfectly done, so I very much liked what they did. It was just beautiful to the eye, and even me now being more on the painting side of the art spectrum, I got a couple of ideas how to mix and match patterns, or maybe just some background themes that you can go for when you go for art journaling, for example, or really mixed media things, canvases, I'd say now, or pages. So there were a couple of nice things that would not per se inspire me to do something, but that I would put in the back of my head, just like I could use this kind of putting things together on some future project. So I very much enjoyed myself. It was a lovely afternoon, and again, I really liked hanging out with my mom, just having fun for a couple of hours. So today it was back to work again, though I did take half of the day off today, because again, I've been not really having some time off for a long time. There were maybe like 2 or 3 days since August, and after now having the fair and all of that positive but definitely stressful time, I just needed to hang out a bit, and you can maybe hear it with my voice. I'm having a cold. In a good marriage, you pretty much share everything, even viruses and bacteria, and my husband just thought, well, you could use a cold too. You didn't have one for at least a year. So he shared some bacteria with me, and I'm having a slight cold, so I'm not as energized today as I'm every day usually. So I just took it slow today and had the half day off. But this morning I published my new art journal watch along videos, the real-time one, the time-lapsed one, and while the topic of this week's page is quite heavy, the story behind it, I'm not going into it. For that, you really have to make time and watch the 25 minutes of the real-time video where I narrate why I do what and what the background story is on that particular page. But just roughly said, it was quite a heavy topic this week, but a more lighter way of producing art. I like to combine the difficult ways of producing art, like really sophisticated stuff, with more of the lighter topics, and I like to create heavy topic pages with a quite simple approach of artwork. I think it balances itself out, at least while I produce it, because I have both things in my head, whatever topic I'm making the page about, and also the kind of effort that I want to put into that page. I very often feel that it's just too much for me if I have to have a heavy, not so pleasant topic, and I choose to make some artwork with a very, very sophisticated kind of way of producing it, like really detailed work, more than 2 hours putting into that one DIN A4 page. It's just too much for my brain to stay on focus, I'd say, because usually the heavy topics of life take your mind away. Your mind travels while you produce artwork, and easy, simple things allow you to do that. But if you choose a way or a medium that really needs to have your focus to produce good artwork, it's very difficult, at least for my particular weird brain up there, to have a topic that, well, takes all of my focus. So that's why I do have this kind of balance, and I don't do that consciously. This is totally on the unconscious level, and I only realize it once I watch back the video of producing the art journal page, and then it hits me like, again, I did the easy kind of technical stuff, things that my hands do on their own, where I don't have to think about it if I have more of a heavy topic page going on. So this is what I published today, and it's a wild page. It's crowded, it's loud, it's screaming, it's not comfortable to the eye on the first glance, I'd say. And with the topic and the background story that goes with that page, I think that is at least partially intended by me. I'm not sure if or how much, like in that cake with 100%, how much is conscious and how much is unconscious decisions on how weird and wild and loud that page is. I don't know, because I only realize things like that after I have produced that piece and have it laying there for like 2 days, and then looking back at it. Only then I see the details that an outside watcher or viewer might see or recognize or realize, and I'm not able to see that while I produce that page. And I think this is okay. I'm not supposed to realize that while I do that. It would screw up what I actually want to put on that page, like no facade, no brushing over, no makeup, no glitter, and making everything beautiful. This is very raw, what I put into my art journal, and I want it to be raw. That's my art journal. This is what's taking up so much time in my mind thinking about certain things. So it has to be raw, it has to be real and not pretty or photoshopped, so to say. So I don't want it to be looking nice and fairy tale-ish. It's raw, it's realism, it's me. And I think I definitely allow it to look ugly, because some things that you go through in life and that you experience are not always beautiful. Sometimes they're ugly, and well, there's a certain appeal in artwork dealing with the ugly things of humanity, of life, and all of that. So in the end, I think it still has a different kind of beauty. I'd say it's not the classic kind of a beautiful art journal page, but I think you could call it intriguing, because I think when you look at it first time, it's like, okay, that's kind of a kid's artwork, this is weird. But when you read the sentiment and look at it again, it could intrigue you to think about what went on in my mind in that case, me being the artist of this particular page. And then you could maybe interpret very different things into that quite simply put together page. It's very block, pattern, patch, color variation thing. It's not too difficult to figure out, I'd say. So it might, with it not being difficult to figure out, that this is definitely about struggles in life. It might remember you of your own struggles, or might make you think about, okay, what I'm struggling with currently, which I'm not telling, I have to say. But maybe it makes your brain think, and ultimately, like going down the road of brainstorming or whatever, make you come to a point where it's definitely not a struggle or something anymore, and it's definitely not connected to you, but that it is something that could be the basis for producing one of your art pieces. I very often have that with art journal or art pieces of other artists that do want to tell a story which is so not connected to me. I'm not experiencing the same thing, but I take something from their artwork and I start at point A and I go brainstorming about all the different things that I see, what they could imply, what could they mean, and all of that web of thoughts go on until I'm at point B, where it's quite disconnected to point A where I started, I'd say. And then at that point I say, oh, this is a great idea, this is a great topic, and then I go with my own art piece. So maybe somebody does something similar to my art journal page and take it somewhere and create new artwork with it. So I guess I have been rambling on long enough, coherently or not. That's up to you to decide. I will definitely make a cut now here and call it a day. I have to make sure that my voice and everything is working tomorrow for another vlog and all of that. I hope you had a very lovely day and a good start into the next, or this week I should say, a good start into this new week. And maybe you had time to create something. That would be lovely. If you have any questions, let me know. Shoot, fire away. I will make sure that I try my best to answer them. And I will see you tomorrow with the new Talk O'Clock. And tomorrow is the time to go on with the acrylics vlog. And I'm not sure yet. I'm deciding between the greens and the yellows. So one of these two tones will be the topic for tomorrow's vlog. Take good care. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever time it is while you watch this. And I'm going to see you tomorrow. Goodbye.